Good morning and welcome to Waking Up with Don. I have an old friend of the show here, Stephanie Sinnott from Zoo World. And every time Stephanie comes, she brings one of her friends. Some of them creepy, some of them cool. This qualifies as cool. This is a baby kangaroo.
Absolutely. This is Addie, and she is a baby kangaroo, also known as Joey's. And she's around 5 or 6 months of age right now. And you can see her, she's sucking on my fingers. She's ready for her morning bottle.
Oh boy, so she's hungry. Okay.
She is.
Now I'm looking at this animal, and it's so odd. But I mean, what do kangaroos eat?
Well, kangaroos are naturally grazers. They spend a lot of time grazing on grasses and things like that. But they will take a specialized pellet and haze and things.
It's sort of like a rabbit, I guess. They graze, but they're not rabbits. They're marsupials.
Absolutely. It's very similar. You know, sometimes even looking at them, because they have the big giant ears, they have big giant back legs, and they do spend a lot of time grazing on the grasses, but very different in the respect that they are a marsupial, which means that these guys will carry their developing young in their pouches, which little Addie actually does have already. She does have a pouch.
Okay.
So.
And how old is Addie again?
Around roughly 5 or 6 months of age.
Now I notice she's got some real claws. I mean,
she does. She absolutely does. And those can be used for defense, but she's actually really, really good with them. On their rears, they also have a giant toe in the center that's also equipped with a giant claw on it that, if need be, and they need to kick and defend themselves, that can provide quite a bit of defense.
It's for defense, and I guess rooting around and doing it. Because, you know, what I know about kangaroos, everything I learned about kangaroos is from Bugs Bunny, actually.
Absolutely.
So,
they do, and they do like to box.
They
don't come equipped with boxing gloves, but they will often.
Do they really do that?
They actually do, and they'll post back up on their tail, and they'll smack and box each other. And a lot of it has to do, you know, determining social hierarchy and things like that.
Well, this is just an amazing. May I touch this animal?
Sure, you can give her a little scratch under her chin right here. I'll go ahead and get in and get her going. Just give her a good little scratch right there.
Oh yeah, this one's.
They're actually amazingly soft. She and her little brother are visiting us for the summer season, and they'll actually be able to interact with folks here anytime now and get a chance to get up close, learn about them. And we like to throw big words out too. And not only is she a marsupial, she's a macropod.
A macropod.
A macropod.
Now, what is a macropod?
Macropod, basically, in a nutshell, means that she's large-footed.
Okay.
Now, her fronts are not very big at all.
Yeah,
but if she'll let me pull her out real quick, we'll see those big, giant feet. They do use those in getting around. They do have a tail that's used for balancing and maneuvering around. I think we're going to do it this way. But there's her big giant foot.
That is a macro foot.
It is a macro foot. So.
And they make noises.
They do make noises. They do communicate.
The tail too.
That tail is very powerful. It's solid muscle. They use it for balancing, and it also helps them, you know, when they're getting around. She's still a baby, so she's actually got quite a bit of growing to do. And when she gets full grown, she may be upwards of 6 foot tall.
Wow. Well, this is a first for the show.
Absolutely. She wants to explore.
Hey, Addie, you want to jump her? And
she
makes noises too.
She does make noises. They do communicate. I'm going to go ahead and put her. I'm going to go ahead and put her away.
There she goes.
All right.
You getting this spot?
There
she goes. There she macropoded her way right back into her little.
She's a good girl.
Holy mackerel.
They do very well. They've been socialized, but you know, just like us. Sometimes you have a short attention span, so, you know, she's ready to move on. She's got other things to do. I didn't give her a bottle, so she's ready to go.
Hey, that's all right. You got nothing to offer, so she's back in her little safe place.
Absolutely.
And she's looking at me now. Hi.
Absolutely. So she's good to
They
go.
say never little kids or animals on a show. You never know what they're going to do. But I always enjoy it when you bring them out here.
Absolutely. You know, she said she's done. We're done.
Well, I know you brought some other friends, and we've got to run off to the weather right now. But after that, maybe we can meet those guys.
We'll see. We'll try.
Okay. Now to your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm. WestPittmanLawFirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm back with Stephanie Sinnott from Zoo World, and she's brought yet another one of her scaly friends.
Absolutely.
What do we got here, Stephanie?
This is actually Sheldon. Sheldon is a juvenile alligator, just like so many that we have in our backyards here in Florida. And very cool looking, because at this age you can see all the yellow striping and the coloration. And I think it's bigger and older, he is going to lose that and get that solid color that we're used to seeing with the big alligators.
Now, they're predators by nature, right?
They are. They're an apex predator by nature, which basically means he's at the top of his food chain in his environment. And right now, obviously, the top of his food chain, he's not going to be eating large things right now. It's going to be bugs and minnows and small frogs and things like that. And as he gets bigger, he is going to eat larger prey, but still certainly not something to mess with. At this age, he's not necessarily a threat, but his mother would be. Alligator females are very protective of their young, so even if you think you could take one of these guys and pick him up and play with him like a lizard, if you find him out in the wild, chances are his mommy's nearby and you don't want to mess with her.
Yeah, not far behind. And really interesting, I'm looking at his hind feet here. And they're really webbed.
They are.
Super webbed feet.
They are. Fronts and rears on these guys are webbed for swimming and also for digging. If they're digging a little mud hole to hang out in, or if the females need to dig and lay a nest of eggs, they work perfect for shoveling.
Yeah, and he's got that. Does he have a blink?
He does blink. He does, and he's actually got an extra set of eyelids. He's got eyelids that open and close like ours do, and he also has an extra membrane called a nictitating membrane that actually rolls backwards from the back to the front and closes to kind of cover his eyes like a swim goggle to help protect him when he's underwater. So he can still semi-see, but it keeps his eyes protected.
Wow.
And he does blink, but he's wide awake. As he gets bigger, of course, his scales and the bony pieces up here are going to get a lot bigger and tougher. Right now he's very soft and very vulnerable. He still will stay fairly vulnerable underneath, but as he gets bigger, his crushing power is going to increase too, so he's still going to be more to contend with.
Well, he's an impressive little fella. I think he brought some other guys here too, which we may want to take a look at. Now the kangaroo was really, really cool.
Absolutely.
And of course, what's his name? Addie, the baby
Addie,
kangaroo, or Joey?
Name.
Just wants to run. That's what they do.
Yeah, when she comes out of the pouch, she's like, all right, it's time to go. I'm going to go play.
I'm a kangaroo.
I'm a
That's
kangaroo.
what I
I'm not
do.
sitting still.
I jump. Now, you got something here that is native to where? What am I looking at?
Well, this animal is native to Madagascar, same place you might find lemurs from. You're looking at maybe one of my greatest fears, too. But, the zoo here is
I'm a coward when it comes to animals.
I know. And I make you touch snakes, and I love them. You're not a fan, so I figured fair play is that I learn a little bit with you.
Okay.
These animals are a prime example of an animal that maybe say underappreciated.
Okay.
These animals are cockroaches. This is, by the way, the first time I've actually touched these guys. They live in a tank. They live in a tank on my desk, and my partner in crime there, she absolutely loves them.
All right.
And even loading them up today, I didn't actually physically touch them. But, the great thing about our little zoo is the fact that you can get up person close with some very beautiful creatures.
A hissing cockroach.
Some of them not necessarily so beautiful, but all still very important in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Some animals are predators. They help control numbers of prey animals so we're not overrun. Some of them will help with forestation. I'll give you the little one.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Just kind of let him sit there. And some of them, like these guys, might hang out in the forest floor and they might help, say, with decomposition and things like this. This is a very big thing for both of us.
It is. This is in the top 10 disgusting things I've ever done.
It is, and to make things even maybe a little more disgusting, these are hissing cockroaches, and when they communicate, they don't actually have vocal cords. They actually fill their abdomens up and they express that air, so it's a little cockroach gas is what that is when they're talking.
So they're talking out of the other end, like so many of us do from time to time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Stephanie, for this experience, and we'll be right back.
Hi, Zenobia Andrews here, your business system strategist, and I am delighted because I get to bring you your Max Biz tip for today. Now, all week long, we've been talking about procrastination and how it has a negative impact on your potential doing things great and big in this world. And today, I'm going to give you solutions and strategies on how I have lived a maxed out life by implementing these strategies in my life and overcoming that mindset of procrastination. Number one, I give myself realistic timelines. For example, for all the incoming emails that I get, I've established a 48-hour rule that I will respond to any email within 48 hours. No pressure, right? I can't get to it right now, but within 48 hours, I'll respond. And that alleviates the pressure and the anxiety that all of those emails bring, right? Number 2, I ask my clients up front, what is the deadline? When do you need this back? And what are the deadlines that are attached to each milestone of the project? This is really, really, really critical, and your clients will appreciate it as well, because it shows them that you are really in tune and you appreciate their time and when their deliverables are. Okay? And number 3, I prioritize everything. I mean everything based off of deadlines on when things are needed to be done or when things need to be complete. And what this does for me is it relieves me from thinking that I've got to get everything done at one time. And I don't get overwhelmed, right? I don't get overwhelmed with life, because we all have so much going on. And so with all of this going on, we sometimes feel that pressure of anxiety, and then we get stuck and we don't move forward. So establishing and prioritizing things in life, your business, your projects, your relationships, this will allow you to keep moving forward and taking action. Listen, I'm Zenobia Andrews, your business system strategist, and I am here to support you. You can reach me at www.zenobiaandrews.com. And if you follow me on social media, hey, I'll follow you back. And let's continue to press towards the max.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Heather Gaither from Metabolic Research Center here in Panama City. And you brought some goodies with you today.
I did. I always get a hard time when it comes to salads, because everybody thinks of salads as diet food and rabbit food.
Yeah, I know. And not everybody's high on, broccoli and cauliflower. But
Right. So what I wanted to do today was actually show you how I make a salad. And as we go through, I'll make the salad and then also talk to you about some other variations. Anything that you could have made into a sandwich or you could have had, as a dish can be turned into a salad. So salads are not boring. They can go anywhere from Southwestern to sweet to a fruit salad, buffalo chicken salad. Salads can be almost anything you want them to be. Really, your lettuce is just your palate, like a piece of bread used to be.
Oh, I see. So
okay,
I kind of get it then.
So
you kind of lay down the base with that instead of the carbs.
If we start here with this salad, what you'll see is that first off, I use 3 different kinds of lettuce. Okay, so that's my first tip, which is don't use one lettuce and don't use boring lettuce. So I have, basically.
I love that sound.
Sweet butter lettuce, and the sweet butter I'm gonna the sweet butter I'm gonna show you in here.
Too, I see.
Yeah, the sweet butter is this really soft, slightly crunchy butter that gives this wonderful flavor. And then I have spinach, and I also had a little bit of romaine for crunch, because romaine is definitely very crunchy. So I have a combination of 3 different lettuces, and when we're eating a salad, when we're eating healthy, one of the keys is that we have a lot of variety and texture. Different textures are going to provide my brain with kind of different pieces of feedback. So,
just
salty,
iceberg,
crunchy.
Yeah, iceberg is boring, right?
Right. And it does provide the crunch, right? So iceberg can do one thing, give me some crunch, but it doesn't give me any nutritional value. So if I need the crunch, I'd prefer to go with a romaine.
Okay.
And then I get that butteriness from my sweet butter lettuce, and then I get a completely different texture and color from my baby spinach leaves. Not to mention that the spinach is just super, super healthy, and it's a great way to incorporate that in. So I start with a combination of lettuces here. And then what I want to do is provide a variety of texture and color and flavor to the add-on. So today what I'm going to do is I've pre-cut all of this stuff and brought it with us, but I'm going to add some cucumber. I'm going to add some cherry tomatoes. Now, I like cherry tomatoes because they hold up better in a salad when I'm taking it to work or I'm going to have it later. If I cut it up in advance, it gets
smushy,
a little mushy. So I go for the cherry tomatoes when I'm making a salad that I know it needs to be portable or come along with me. So, yes, I know. Broccoli and cauliflower can be a little boring.
Not my favorite.
But when thrown into a salad, they give you a very crunchy, solid, different type of flavor and texture. And for someone who doesn't love them, you'll notice that I cut them up in different sizes. So if you don't love it, you could cut it up very small. You could even chop it finer than this. If you like crunch and you like it, then keep the cauliflower and the broccoli a little larger.
Okay.
One key for making a salad is cutting the things up, cutting all of your fruits and vegetables up in sizes that are palatable to you. So if you like big chunky pieces, great. If you don't, or you don't love the item but you want to incorporate it, chop it really fine. Okay, so I'm going to throw all of that in. And then my kind of secret weapon is fruit. So fruit is...
That kind of compensates for the broccoli, right?
Yeah. Fruit
Okay.
is really good when thrown in a salad. When you start throwing something in like these beautiful pieces of strawberry all in your salad, everything starts to look different, right?
Oh.
So every bite has a little bit of sweet. You could also throw craisins in or raisins or grapes if you wanted to. I'm also going to throw some apples in. The reason that I throw the apples in is because the apples are going to provide crunch. They're going to give us sweetness and they're going to give us crunch. So by having a little bit of apple and a little bit of strawberry in there, I get that very sweet flavor and then that crunchy texture in my mouth. So now we could do chopped egg. We could do any type of chopped meat like turkey or bacon.
So instead of making that ham sandwich in the morning when you go to work, you make yourself a little ham salad.
Exactly. So any type of lunch
now.
meat could be thrown on here. Now today I'm going to throw walnuts on because walnuts are so good. They give a really nice, almost buttery yet crunchy texture to your salad. And then for my protein today, I'm going to use cheese. I could have used boiled egg. Like I said, we could have used any meat. Vegetarians could use beans. Black beans are great in a
isn't cheese
salad.
kind of like fattening, or?
Yeah, but cheese is a good fat. You know, let's don't be scared of fat. It's just that, you know, understanding the right kinds of fat. So the kind of fat that we're going to get in protein and in eggs and cheese, those kinds of fats aren't the things we want to be scared of.
So this is just a great thing to have for lunch. You could even have it for dinner. And if you make this a regular habit, you know, the weight's just going to peel away.
Absolutely.
It's magical, Heather.
Do I have time to tell you about my salad dressing?
Well, we got about 2 seconds left.
Okay. So this is my homemade salad dressing with Dijon mustard, apple cider vinegar, and olive oil and Italian seasonings.
All right.
And this makes all the difference.
And you put that on there, and it just smells wonderful.
Absolutely.
And it probably tastes delicious. Heather
Super
Gaither
good.
from Metabolic Research. Thanks so much for sharing this recipe
You're
with
welcome.
us. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Jennifer Vigil, the creator of Live 850, and she's going to get us up to date on what's going on this weekend.
There's a lot going on this weekend. Actually, tonight we have the Story Slam. And if you've never heard of it, they are doing this thing at Floriopolis, which is the new art gallery down in St. Andrews. And the Story Slam is something where you go and you tell a 5-minute story, and you have to include the word bay. And based on the content of your story, the use of the word bay, and your timing, and your presentation, how well the audience likes it, you could win $100
For a 5-minute story?
for a 5-minute story. It's called a Story Slam. There's first place, second place, and third place. So
Now, can you prepare a story, or is it like impromptu?
I don't think you're allowed to read it. You actually, it's storytelling, so you're not allowed to read it. So you have to be able to do, you know, the 5-minute time frame all on your own.
That sounds like great fun, though.
I'm gonna go watch. I think it'll be interesting.
You
to
should
see.
go play. I'm sure you could spin the yarn, right?
I don't know if I would only stop at 5 minutes.
After all, you are a woman. No, that's my sexist comment for this segment. Anyway,
Now I'm not going to invite you to the Windhaven Block Party.
no, see what so that's what else is happening. Lynnhaven Block
I'll
Block
probably
Party?
see you. Yeah.
Okay.
So Lynnhaven Block Party is this week. It's the 31st from 5 to 9 on Florida Avenue, and they are shutting down from 5th to 9th Street. So you're going to be able to walk around, and if people aren't real familiar with that area, it's right where Roberts Hall is, where they always have the music on Sundays.
And, oh, by the way, that used to be Main Street in Lynnhaven back in the day. Yeah.
It's really cute, and they've done a lot of neighborhood revitalization there, so it's very cute. Also this week, they Dave & Buster's opened this past Monday, so everybody's been going. It's going to be the first weekend that it's open this week, so it's probably going to be real busy.
We were there last week and had a blast. Oh, by the way, we were at the Friends and Family thing, you know, by invitation. It was so much fun.
It was a great. They have so
People
many
need to go.
games. It was awesome. My kids love it. So, also coming up this next week, we have the Music Matters on Wednesday. Always important to go down there, and it's starting to get really busy downtown Panama City on Wednesdays. And then, since this is the end of the month, and next week starts the beginning of the month, you're going to have First Friday downtown Panama City.
Right.
You're going to have Hogs and Grogs on the first Thursday. So very important that, you know, a lot of things going on in town, and then over on the beach, they're going to be doing a Bowl for Kids' Sake. That's in about a week and a half, though. So we'll talk about that a little bit more next week. And if you see drop-off locations for clothes for kids, it is summer, so we will be collecting clothes all summer long to put the kids back to school in some nice clothes.
And we can learn all about that through your app on Live 850.
Yes.
And how do we get that app again?
Download it from either Google Play or Apple iTunes. You can just go to Google and type Live 850 Android or Live 850 iPhone, and it'll come up. And we also asked everybody this weekend to, if they took any pictures for Instagram, to tag it with the hashtag Live 850. And we put a new button on the screen that says that if you go to Insta 850, then you'll see all the pictures that everybody else took.
Oh, how cool, of all the events that are advertised on Live 850.
Exactly.
So you can see what you're missing.
See what everybody else is doing and what you're
Yeah.
missing if you're not there.
Yeah, well, that's awesome stuff. Now, if you live in the 850 area code, there's no excuse not to have this app.
There's a lot of downloads now. I think
Yeah.
over 2,500 people have downloaded it, and each weekend about 1,700 launches. So people are using the app. It's very cool.
And it's so convenient because we walk around with these things in our hands all the time, you know, and might as well
is.
put it to good use. If you want
Exactly.
to get out and about in the 850 area code, I highly recommend this app, Live 850. Jennifer Vigil, thanks so much for coming on the show and getting us smart on what's going on this weekend.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next time.